Good morning, dear young minds. How are you all? Welcome back to biology session. In previous session, we have discussed growth rates. What is growth rate? What are the types of growth rate? Growth rate broadly are of two kinds: arithmetic growth rate and geometric growth rate. The two topics completed. Then topic continuation: graphical representation. First, arithmetic growth rate graph. Arithmetic growth rate. Next, geometric growth rate. Geometric growth rate. Graphical representation. It is equals to x-axis, time period, growth rate on y-axis, growth rate on y-axis. Linear curve. Very simple example. Arithmetic growth rate means slow growth rate. Cell number increase step by step in a linear manner. First one cell, 1 to 2 cells, next 2 to 3 cells, 3 to 4 cells. Cell number increase stepwise in a slower manner. The type of growth rate is known as arithmetic growth rate. Go through once graphical representation. X-axis, y-axis. Take time period on x-axis and growth rate on y-axis. Cell number gradually increase 1 to 2 cells, 2 to 3 cells, 3 to 4 cells, 4 to 5 cells. So curve, it is a linear curve. That is called arithmetic growth rate. Formula LT equals to L0 plus RT. I told yesterday, means previous video also. L means length, T means time. Length, LT stands for length at time T. L0 means length at time 0, means initial value and final value. Clear? R means growth rate, T means time period. That's all. That is about arithmetic growth rate. It shows linear curve, straight line. Geometric growth rate. Y-axis, x-axis, time. Take time period on x-axis. Next, size or weight of the plant. Take size or weight of the plant on y-axis. Log phase means initial phase and it is very slower phase. Exponential phase, stationary phase, exponential phase also called LOG log phase. Very simple graphical representation. Geometric growth rate means growth rate increase, means cell number increase in double. First one cell, 1 to 2 cells, 2 to 4 cells, 4 to 8 cells, 8 to 16 cells. In such a way, cell number gradually increase in double. That is called geometric growth rate. X-axis, take time period on x-axis, and size of the plant or weight of the plant or height of the plant take on y-axis. It is sigmoid curve. Sigmoid curve. Sigmoid curve. Because curve, it looks like letter S shape, capital letter S shape. Hence it is called sigmoid curve. In the beginning, the rate of growth rate is very slow due to a less cells, that means limited number of cells and a limited supplement of nutrients, water, minerals, everything. At initial stage, growth period is very slow. Growth rate also very slow. That phase is called lag phase. Lag phase, also initial phase. Then lag phase followed by exponential phase. Exponential phase also called log, LOG log phase. You don't confuse between LAG lag phase and LOG log phase. Log phase means exponential phase. That means speed growth rate. At this stage, cell enlarge in size. Enlarge, and due to addition of cytoplasm, addition of water, and due to addition of cell wall material, the size of the cell gradually increase. Then cell become turgid. That is called exponential phase. Next, exponential phase followed by stationary phase. At a particular age or at particular point, growth rate gradually decrease or slows down. Slows down. That is called stationary phase. Hence, the total curve, it looks like letter S shape. Hence, it is known as sigmoid curve. Remember, don't forget. Linear curve means arithmetic growth rate, and sigmoid curve means geometric growth rate. Formula: W1 equals to W0 e to the power of RT. W1 means final size, W0 initial size, final size of the plant, initial size of the plant. E means base logarithmic value, base natural logarithmic value. R means growth rate, T means time period. Clear? These two formulas and graphs important for NEET objective exam. Understood? Right. You also practice once or twice graphical representation, and after completion of watching video, immediately send in our respective group. Next, absolute growth rate, absolute growth rate, and relative growth rate. Relative growth rate, both important. Absolute growth rate shortly called AGR. AGR, short form. Relative growth rate RGR. RGR, both very important. What is the meaning of absolute growth rate? Measurement and comparison. Measurement and comparison of growth rate per unit time is known as absolute growth rate. Next, relative growth rate means the growth of the rate time period in a initial parameter, based on initial parameter, is called relative growth rate. Once you go through diagrammatic representation, It is young leaf. Young leaf. A dash. A dash. A value 5 centimeter square approximately. A dash value 10 centimeter square. Right? 10 centimeter square. Next, second leaf. It is mature leaf. Mature leaf. B dash. B value 50 centimeter square and B dash value 55 centimeter square. Old leaf. Older leaf. Just now I told absolute growth rate definition means measurement and comparison of growth rate per unit time period is called absolute growth rate, shortly called AGR. An example, this is absolute growth rate. Dotted line is there, no? Dotted line indicates absolute growth rate. And the continuous line, it represents relative growth rate. Relative growth rate. Similarly, dotted line represent absolute growth rate and the continuous line represent relative growth rate. Understood? Young leaf, older leaf. Relative growth rate means what? The rate of growth per unit time period based on common basis per unit initial parameter. Per unit initial parameter is known as relative growth rate. In A leaf, relative growth rate is 5 centimeter square and absolute growth rate is 10 centimeter square. In case of older leaf, relative growth rate is 50 centimeter square and absolute growth rate is 55 centimeter square. Here difference is 5 centimeter. Here also same 5 centimeter square. But here absolute growth rate almost increase in double. 5 to 10 means the rate of division increase in double. Growth rate increase in double. But here very less. 50 to 55, very less growth rate. But why growth rate is high in young leaf and less in older leaf? Main reason, the term young and older itself explains its meaning. In young leaf, all enzymes, hormones, metabolic activities occur in a fast manner, speed manner. Hence, growth rate gradually high in young leaf. But in older leaf, enzymes inactive, enzymes function gradually decrease, hormones activity also gradually decrease. Rest of the all cellular activities, metabolic activities also gradually slows down. It is common. Naturally it is common. Understood now? That's why growth rate is very low in older leaf. Observe these two diagrammatic representation. Out of these two leaves, which leaf has highest relative growth rate means young leaf, and older leaf has lowest relative growth rate. That's all. Understood? Next, conditions for growth. Conditions for growth. Conditions for growth. Dear students, plant body require some particular conditions for natural growth and development. What are the conditions? Means the first one, water. Second one, nutrients. And third one, oxygen. Fourth one, phytohormones. Fifth one, optimum temperature, etc. These are the minimum conditions for growth. First one, water. Water is essential for cellular activities because water provides basement or platform for all cellular activities: digestion, transportation, intracellular transport and intercellular transport. Everything depend on water. Means cytoplasm. 70 to 90% water present in cytoplasm. Clear? Next, water essential for enzyme activities and hormones activity. Even for the movement of food from cell to cell or within the cell, for that purpose also water is essential. Hence, water is the universal solvent. Without water, no cell, no living organism perform their proper body functions. Next, nutrients. Nutrients are of two kinds: micronutrients, macronutrients. Both are essential for plant growth and development. But plant require higher amount of macronutrients and lower amount of micronutrients. Anyway, both important. All elements perform their respective function. Remember once, essentiality of that is criteria for essentiality of elements. So each and every element important for plant growth and development. Next, oxygen. Oxygen is essential for release of energy through food oxidation. During respiration, food react with oxygen, that is called cellular respiration or food oxidation, thereby more energy liberated. Energy convert into ATP. Then ATP stored in matrix of mitochondria. Hence, mitochondria also called powerhouse of this cell. Therefore, for this purpose, oxygen is very essential. Without oxygen, plant may not produce energy. You remember once respiration chapter. There already you might have studied what is the importance of oxygen in aerobic respiration particularly. Clear? Next, phytohormones. Phyto means plant, hormones means chemical substances. Even phytohormones also basically made up of proteins, right? Understood now? Phytohormones broadly are of 5 kinds: auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, abscisic acid and ethylene. These are the 5 different types of phytohormones, out of which some are plant growth regulators and some are plant growth inhibitors. Plant growth regulators example: auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins. Whereas plant growth inhibitors example abscisic acid and ethylene. These two are plant growth inhibitors. Stop plant growth. It stops plant growth. So phytohormones also very essential for natural growth and development of the plant. Then optimum temperature. Enzymes and hormones performs their respective function at a particular temperature, that is called optimum temperature, average temperature. When temperature level decrease or increase, that means below optimum or above optimum level, enzyme activity become inactive. Definitely it shows its impact on growth and development of the plant. These are the 5 important conditions required for growth. Understood now? General concept, read once NCERT paragraph lines. Followed by development. Next one, development. development. Start from here. Meristematic cells. Meristematic cell. Plasmatic growth. Plasmatic growth. Expansion. Expansion, also called elongation. Elongation. Next to differentiation. Differentiation. Maturation. Maturation. Mature cell. Mature cell. Senescence. Senescence. Next to death. Cell death. Okay, this is mind map flow chart. Remember in stepwise, order wise, don't forget. Meristematic, start from here, it is starting point. First step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, sixth step, seventh step, and eighth step. Total 8 steps are there. Dear students, remember all 8 steps. Start from here. Meristematic cells. As all of you know, meristematic cells are dividing cells. All cells are closely packed without intercellular space, and each cell has definite nucleus, dense cytoplasm, and contain large number of mitochondria and more number of vacuoles. These are the general characteristic features of meristematic cells. Then meristematic cells undergo division, produce number of cells, and those cells undergo plasmatic growth. Plasmatic growth. And some cells again convert into meristematic cells, and some cells undergo expansion. Expansion, also called elongation. Expansion, also called elongation. After elongation, differentiation. What is differentiation? Means change. Some changes occur in size of the cell, length and width of the cell, structure of the cell, that is called differentiation. Hence, expansion followed by differentiation. Differentiation followed by maturation. At maturation, cell get maturity. Cell fully grow in size, maximum growth, and cell become turgid. Due to deposition of cell wall material, cell highly turgid, bulged. Such cells are called maturation cells. Maturation, mature cell. After some time period, mature cell become senescence. Senescence means old age, climax stage. Climax stage, old age. At senescence, what happened? What you call that? Green color leaf turn into yellow. Then leaf dry and drop off, wither off. That is called senescence. Okay? Senescence also simply defined as aging of leaf. or aging of any other plant cell is called senescence. After senescence, what happened? Death, cell death occur. It is cell, dead cell, cell death. Okay. Then plasmatic growth cells are there now. That plasmatic growth cells again convert into meristematic cells, and this process occur continuously in a cyclic manner, stepwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 steps important. Understood now? That is called development. All of you practice the same flow chart and post in your respective group after completion of watching video. Understood? Next one. There are 3 terms: differentiation, de-differentiation and redifferentiation. First one, differentiation. Differentiation. What is differentiation? Meristematic cells become permanent. Simple definition. Meristematic cells become permanent. Permanent cells. General example: primary meristems. Primary meristems convert into primary xylem and primary phloem, etc. First step. And second one, de-differentiation. De-differentiation means reverse. Permanent cells, permanent cells become meristematic. Permanent cells become meristematic. For this, the best example, there are 2 examples. First example, cortex. Some cortex cells regain the power of meristematic activity to form phellogen. Phellogen, also called cork cambium. Cork cambium. Clear? Second example, medullary rays. Medullary rays produce intercalary meristems. Intercalary meristems, etc. 2 examples. Okay. Next, third example, third one, redifferentiation. Redifferentiation. It is very similar to differentiation. Meristematic cells become permanent. Permanent cells. Okay. An example, secondary meristems. The best example, secondary meristems convert into secondary xylem and secondary phloem.